Welcome to another short video which is about the research proposal or a short flowchart of the research proposal. In today's lecture, we will be discussing the different component of the research proposal, also called research synopsis. We usually write a proposal or synopsis to get approval from the research committees, including ethical review committee, departmental review committees, board of studies, etc. So, starting with the first component of the research proposal, which include the introduction part. So, it depends on the level of the study. For example, if you are doing a research project for master's thesis, then the length will be very short, like 2 pages or 3 pages. And if it is for PhD, then it may vary to 10 to 15 pages of the introduction chapter. So basically what we usually report in the introduction chapter is all about our research topic. What is it? Why we are doing that research? So the reason for conducting a research, and then how we are going to explore it. So in the introduction part, the how thing is basically by reporting the research questions that we are intended to explore or get the answer. Uh, and along with that the hypothesis basically. So the introduction include the research questions, background initially, then followed by the problem statement, and then the research questions and research hypothesis. And at the end of the introduction, we write a short summary of the proposal. The second part of the sorry research proposal is literature review. So in literature review, we usually or always report the previous literature, uh, or the knowledge that is already present in the market, previous studies that is already conducted on the same topic or in close to the topic. This is because to give a sound reason to the question of why and how. These two questions basically uh, um, asked by the researchers to understand the need of the research. So, as you all know that we conduct the research for two purposes, either for exploring the new knowledge or for validating the existing knowledge. So, in the part of the literature review, we report maximum literature on the topic along with its method and the theoretical approaches. So the theoretical approach is basically reported in those literature reviews in which we are supporting a qualitative study. I'm using the word most of the literature. This is because of the human limitation, because we all know that some articles are available on purchase basis from the different databases. Some articles are outdated, which we do not need, and some are irrelevant based on different reasons, including methodology, sample size, and design of the literature or the study. So we report maximum literature in the literature review. To find what? To find a hole or a niche. Basically, the need for an additional study is only justified when there is a hole, a gap, or a niche is there in the previous literature. And then it provides us the basis for the debate. If someone questions us about our research project, we should have a background knowledge and understanding of the phenomena. A researcher can only conduct a research study successfully with a sound reasoning when the researcher has his own knowledge and background in the research phenomena. The third part is about the methodology. So methodology guides us and the readers about the design which has been used or will be used in the research study, the research procedure, including the procedure for selecting the sample size, accessing them, and the ethical statements that how the confidentiality and the anonymity of the subject will be ensured, the cost and funding that we will be needing for conducting a specific research study, and the type of data that we will be required to analyze and explore the phenomena, and the collection procedure, that if we are using a questionnaire, a checklist, or a subjective kind of interview process that we will be using for the collection of the data. So methodology is basically giving us the clue about all the practical steps that we usually follow in the research study. The fourth one is preliminary data. So in this area, usually most of the universities do not require it, but some of the universities, if need, then we report a few things in the preliminary data. It gives us the clue that what kind of the data it will be and what type of the test or statistical or subjective analysis, for example, Criswell criteria or the Lincoln and Guba criteria for the analysis of the data, and the rigor, checking the rigor in the study. And it gives us the evidence or regarding the importance of the study, informs us about the methodology, the potential findings, and reporting about the important categories and relationships among the variables. The fifth part of each research proposal is about the statement of limitations. So the statement of limitation is very important because we all have certain limitations, including the fundings, access to the sample, getting the appropriate sample, and any other limitation. So when we report different limitations, we also state the alternative that will be used for overcoming these limitations. So regarding the alternative, if we talk about a different alternative, let me give you an example. For example, if I'm conducting a research study on exploring the reasons for the attempt of suicide or depression, and my subjects are basically psychiatric patients. So potentially, I'll be thinking that I might face emotional breakdown, or any relapse or any other psychological thing, for example, a panic attack of the subject. For that, I should have an alternative service of counseling or support of a psychologist or psychiatric treatment for the subjects, because as a researcher, it is my responsibility to manage the subjects if they face any difficulty in the research study. So we should have different alternative. Along with that, we should report all the weaknesses and any other limitation that we face in the research study. And finally, in the last part of the research proposal, we concluded with the question of by answering the questions of what, how, and why. That what is or are intended to be explored or validated, how it will be validated or explored, and what is basically the need or importance or significance of the study, and how it will contribute to the existing knowledge or the benefit of the society. So this is basically a short introduction about the different component of the research proposal. If you have any question, please write it in the comment section and we will help you. Thank you very much.